Welcome to the Rewards Master. Today I'm here with Nona, and we're going to do a recap of our year. We're going to talk about the favorite things that we got to experience and kind of tell you what can be done with points and miles and why this is the greatest hobby in the world. Yeah. So we're going to talk about things like the best flights that we were able to take and how we were able to book those with our points. We're going to talk about great hotels. We're going to talk about excursions, destinations, meals, all sorts of things. We do this recap every year. And so if you would, hit the like and subscribe button and join us as we walk through our year in 2025. Well, this past year has been a great travel year for us. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like the more we travel, the better we get at it. So absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we had a great year in 24. We went places like we went to Athens and had a great time there. We spent some time I know we went to South Carolina and stayed on the beach, went to Lake Tahoe where we go every year. We went again this year and we had some great times. But I don't know. I think that probably we're surpassed that in 2025.
Well, maybe. It's hard for me because I still love our time in Rome and in Greece. So, yeah, we did some fun things this year, too, though.
All right. Well, when we talk about the different things that we experienced, we're going to go through several categories. We're going to talk about destinations. We're going to talk about hotels. We're going to talk about flights, meals, excursions, all sorts of things that we experienced. So let's just start off and talk about destinations in general. So what are some of the places that we went this year? What do you remember?
Well, earlier this year, we went to, I know we went to Rome with a group of people, so that was fun. We did Florence. We had not done that before, so that was fun. We just recently went to Fort Lauderdale and had a great, crazy trip there. So still enjoying the thoughts about that. We did Abu Dhabi and Dubai, which was incredible. So we've had a lot of good travel this year.
We went to Chattanooga, and we had a crazy trip to Chattanooga. That's right.
We did a crazy. And we went to Disneyland Paris on a weekend, so that was fun too. That was actually probably our craziest because it was the furthest we went.
And at the end of our trip to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, we went for 4 days into Germany.
Yeah, went to Berlin and went to Frankfurt. So that was fun too. Yeah, it's been a great year for sure.
So of all those destinations, if you had to pick one, and that is very hard to do because for me, I mean, Berlin, I'm a history guy. I actually teach history and love it and do tours myself. And so that was great to be in Berlin and just experience all the things we did there. Abu Dhabi, Dubai, incredible. Rome, I always love Rome. In fact, I did the tours while we were with the group there. It was a great, great time. But what would be your favorite of all the places? If you had to pick just one experience, what would it have been?
You know, I always hate this question. He does this to me all the time. What's your favorite? This is the best. And I have a hard time because I have different things I like for different reasons. For instance, this Fort Lauderdale trip we just got back from, I loved it because I love the warm weather, and I just can't say enough about that. But I really loved our Abu Dhabi and Dubai because it was such a different culture, and I was very fascinated. Now, I'm going to be honest. I was nervous to go. He's been trying to talk me into it for a while. And I haven't traveled as much as he has in general. So I was nervous and really anxious about it and stuff. But I was so fascinated about things being so different that I really enjoyed it. Now, I will say there were some things that I didn't anticipate, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, I kept trying to find, when we travel, we always try to figure out their culture, trying to figure out their food, things that, you know, that are important to them, and that's kind of what makes it fun going someplace other than the United States. We struggled to find some very unique things in their menu and their food. I felt like a lot of it was Americanized, or other countries. We had the best Thai food we've had ever there. So it's just kind of funny, like, we didn't, it didn't totally do that on that particular one, but going to the mosque was really neat. So I guess I would say that was probably my favorite in experience. But if I had to put like the top, I mean, you can't say enough about going to Florence, Italy. I mean, it was so romantic and so beautiful. And the morning of that day trip we took was so neat because it wasn't crowded. And so I can't say enough about that. So it's hard for me to put my best and my top favorite. But Dubai and Abu Dhabi, I would say.
Well, mine, Florence was great. Pompeii, we went on a little day trip to Pompeii.
Right,
that was great. That's hard.
And the Amalfi Coast.
Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous.
Take it all back. Take everything back I just said. The Amalfi Coast.
That's your choice, the Amalfi Coast. Okay.
That was really nice.
It is quite gorgeous.
And that lemon thing I ate, it was like a lemon sorbet in a frozen lemon. Oh, it was so good.
I think I'm going to pick overall Abu Dhabi just because of the whole experience, even over Dubai. Dubai was fun too, but Abu Dhabi, the hotel was just one of the greatest experiences in our lives. And we just relaxed and we had a great time together. It
was so luxurious.
The food was great there. And we went to those amusement parks. That was just, I just think overall that's where mine is. So yours is Amalfi Coast. Mine is Abu Dhabi. Okay. All right. Well, when we think about the next category is hotels. Now, we stayed in some fantastic hotels, everything from chain hotels to boutique hotels, things that were kind of cheap and things all the way up to, $1,100, $1,200 a night if we'd had to pay for it. So what are some of the ones that kind of are in the running? Well, we had, of course, in Abu Dhabi, we stayed at the Conrad.
Yeah.
It was one of the most amazing hotels. It's the same one that's in one of the Fast and Furious movies with the two towers. It was unbelievable. We stayed in the Millennium Hotel over in Dubai. Not as good as the Conrad. I don't think that'll be your choice for sure. But other ones that were really great. We stayed in a couple of what you would call boutique hotels. Mm-hmm. We stayed in one in Rome, and it was fine. We stayed in one in a boutique hotel when we were in Berlin for 4 nights. Mm-hmm. And then we stayed in a nice Marriott near the airport when we were in Frankfurt. Yeah, but if I had to choose one, I think, and I can't leave out, we stayed in the Lowe's 5-star hotel in Coral Gables, Miami, Florida. Unbelievable. That was an FHR stay. Yeah. And then we also stayed in the Conrad in Fort Lauderdale on the beach. So I'm going to let you give your choice. But my choice, I'm going to say that awesome hotel we stayed in Fresno, California for that night.
He's going to have to cut this video because I literally was mad at him the whole time. It was terrible.
It was bad.
And I'm sorry. I appreciate using points too, but I literally had to sleep like not moving because it was terrible. I was so not happy with him.
I knew she'd love that answer.
Let me tell you, he's not always the master. He wants to say he's the rewards master, but that was a big deal.
It was a work trip. She came with me. It was, whatever. But in all seriousness, my favorite hotel, I have to say, was the Conrad Abu Dhabi. It was really hard because there's 2 more that were just amazing. The Lowe's and the other Conrad, amazing. But I think the Conrad Abu Dhabi, I love the pools. Yes. I love the food. It was incredible, the food they gave us for breakfast and things. But that might not be your choice. What was your choice?
I have to say, I loved it as well, but I don't know. The Conrad in Fort Lauderdale, you knew I was going to pick that.
I kind of thought so.
So nice. Both rooms were really nice. The large room in Abu Dhabi was nice. It was huge. We had never seen anything that big and stuff. But the one in Fort Lauderdale, I really liked maybe just a little bit better because it was like kind of 2 rooms and then had like a little kitchenette, but it had these long leather couches where we could both lay out. And then, I don't know, you know me, it had these bike rentals that came with it. That was just so fun. The food was good. The food was probably better at Abu Dhabi's Conrad, but I enjoyed my experience a little bit more for hotel stays, of course, at the Fort Lauderdale. The beach was literally right across the street. And then because we were staying at the Conrad, they had those beach chairs and umbrellas and things like that you get to use. A lot of times when you go to the beach, you have to rent that. So I would have to say our experience there overall was more to me.
Now, both of those were made possible because of our Hilton Aspire card. Now, the Abu Dhabi stay, it isn't expensive to stay. I think it was $150 something a night, but you get those $200 resort credits every 6 months of the year. So basically, we just had to pay about $100 to $150 over the resort credit to stay for 2 nights. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And then because of our diamond status due to the Aspire card, they upgraded us to this incredible suite on the 51st floor.
Yes.
Same thing true with Nona's pick down in Fort Lauderdale. They upgraded us to a full 1-bedroom suite with 2 bathrooms, a big living room with a giant, luxurious leather wraparound couch and a balcony. It was unbelievable. So the Hilton Aspire is what made both of those stays possible. Now, the other one that was in the running was the Lowe's Luxury Hotel in Coral Gables, Miami, Florida. That one was made possible because of our FHR credit on my Platinum Business card. You also get that with the regular Platinum card. And that was made possible because you get a $300 credit twice a year, and that hotel I think was only $318. So we got that night.
Yeah, and it was really nice.
Very cheap.
Now,
and then we got, of course, a credit for food and then pre-breakfast.
We had too much money for food on that trip.
Oh, man.
We had $100 the nighttime, and then we had $80 in the morning. We were literally trying to find things to buy to use up our food credit. So that one was crazy. But I will say, I feel like this year was a turning point for me in general, because in years past of traveling and really having to use our own money and just kind of trying to make everything work, especially when you have a family, I was always not big on a very fancy hotel. My thought was, I want the experience. So I want to use our money to be able to take the kids to, XYZ, or to do this or to do that, or I want to see this museum. So I always kind of had like ranking of the hotels kind of low. But now that we've gotten into this stage of our life, or the golden triangle, as Bob would say, I have gotten to really like these fancy hotels. I mean, maybe I just didn't know before. But
she kind of likes the business class flights too. I have created a monster.
She really has. Because before I didn't really think much of the hotels. It was like, you're just going there to sleep, big deal, and use our money on other things. Well, now that we've stayed in some really nice ones, I mean, the one in Dubai he tried to take me to, I was not as pleased with that one compared to the Conrad in Abu Dhabi, too.
5 years ago, she would have loved it.
I would have never thought anything of it. So it is kind of funny how your interests change, and this hobby has created things that we would have never been able to do before. So
never in our lives.
It has really been fun. I'm not sure what he's going to do if he ever stops doing points.
Well, since we're talking about luxurious things, what about the flights that we took?
Oh, yes.
So we took a couple of premium economy flights that were all right. We'll fly a premium economy.
Sure.
Particularly coming back from Europe, because it's an all daytime flight. So that's not bad at all. But we flew on, I think it was Virgin with their premium economy. That was the best deal. That was only 10,000 points and maybe $100
Is that
apiece.
the one we did when we went to Paris?
Yes. That was unbelievable.
Yes. I mean, I can't say enough about that, because especially when you're going overseas and it's a long flight, you're literally sleeping. And you're resting and you're stretched out. So it's like you get to your destination rested. So there's not as much, I haven't noticed as much jet lag or just feeling just not well. So honestly.
On those premium economy flights, Nona can sleep sitting up and the chair is very, very comfortable. I have more trouble sleeping sitting up, but still it was very comfortable. And for only 10,000 points, that's unbelievable. You can't get an economy flight in the States for that. So that was unbelievable. Then coming back, we flew in Air France's premium economy. That was the swankiest premium economy. That one was good. We've only flown 3 premium economies, United and these 2, but it was the best by far. Remember the food and the drinks and everything on that was just fantastic.
It was really nice.
Fantastic. But those were premium economy. So those are not going to be in the running for the best flight of the year, because we also flew, I flew 4 business class flights and she flew 3. The one that I did, and it won't be in the running, but it was very good, was from Rome coming home. I flew in American's business class. I have a review here on the channel of all of these, so you can check those out. But that was good. I mean, I would do it again all day, every day.
Yeah.
And the price was good. I think it was 61,000 American points. But the 3 that we got to consider is coming home from Berlin and Frankfurt, we flew in Condor. Now, Condor is kind of this quirky airline. It was only, I think, 55,000 points with our Alaska miles. They're called Atmos now. It was a great deal.
Yes.
And it was
So
really a nice plane.
Yes, it was. I mean, it had the stripes and stuff like that, but it was nice. It felt like it was kind of a new plane.
And
it was
Nona
really...
may pick it just because of the salt and pepper shaker.
I know, they were so cute. They were these little mini airplanes.
Little mini airplanes. It was a little propeller
Matter of fact,
on it.
I have it on my nightstand.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So that was really a great flight. Lay down seats, great service, great food. But then on the front end and in the middle of that trip, going over, we flew in Etihad business class from Boston to Abu Dhabi. Now, that one was more expensive. I think it was 87,000 points apiece. But it was worth 87,000 points apiece. That was so elegant. And the service,
yes.
It was like we were the only people on the plane.
Yes.
It's like we had our own personal butler and concierge.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
It was really
flight
nice.
and service and food. We both had steaks on that flight, and it was like a steak in a restaurant. It was fantastic. And then flying from Dubai to Germany, we flew in Qatar. Now, when it comes to the deal, that was the best deal because everybody knows that Qatar is well known to have, if not the best, one of the best business classes in the world, particularly with the Q suites. We didn't get to fly Q suites. They don't fly it on that route, but we did fly in their more traditional business class, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it was
we
really
flew
nice.
through Doha. So because our first one was ticketed as a first class, which, by the way, they give you a meal on a 40-minute flight.
Yes,
a full meal.
we were surprised.
Crazy. And then we got to go into the first class lounge, which is, people say it's the best lounge in the world. I don't see how anything could beat it. Maybe Singapore, someday we'll
don't know
find out.
yet, but
wow, all Safwa Lounge in Doha, unbelievable. We'll talk about that under lounges. But then we flew all the way to Berlin in Qatar business as well. Great service, great food. So it's going to be hard to choose. Which one do you think is your favorite?
I would probably have to say Etihad. It was very elegant. I mean, just the ambiance on the plane and I don't know. But now I really did like the little salt and pepper shakers on the other one. So it is hard, but probably Etihad.
Etihad was really good.
Etihad was really nice. The service in Etihad.
Well, I think I'm going to choose Qatar only because I loved Etihad. I mean, they're right there together, and I loved Etihad as well. But the Qatar, I don't know. I just, that little short flight and them giving us that full meal and full spread.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even, on that length of flight in the States, you don't even get a bottle of water.
Right.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, and it was a meal. It wasn't just like, here's some nuts and a bottle of water.
In fact, it was a problem meal. Because we ate it.
Oh, yes. And that was a big mistake on our part.
Big mistake.
Big mistake.
If you're flying, don't eat much on the plane if you're getting to go into that lounge because you'll be too full to enjoy it. So we had that problem.
Yes, I forgot. We did, and we were regretting it after.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I choose Qatar, you choose Etihad. But both of them, I think we'd both love to do either one of them
And I think
again.
we were very happily surprised with the Condor because I think Bob had heard some negative things, maybe some reviews that it being
kind of,
you weren't really expecting
subpar.
much. He was thinking it might be subpar, but it wasn't. I mean, we loved it.
I mean, it wasn't equal to the other two, but it was as good as the American or United Polaris or Iberia. Turkish, maybe not Turkish, but most of the others we
I hate to say it, but the British Airways one is still our lowest.
Oh, that's still low, yeah. But they have a new product.
After all these years, we still say the British Airways.
Yeah, we got to give them a try again.
Maybe,
we got to give them a try.
Maybe.
And those flights were, of course, made possible through points and miles. The Etihad, I transferred over from, I can't remember if it was from one of our, they transfer from several of the different bank programs. But like I said, it was about 87,000 points a piece, maybe $200 in taxes and fees. But that Qatar flight was it was so cheap. 42.5 thousand American Airlines points. That's what some domestic tickets will cost you. Yeah. And then I think it was only like maybe $5 or $10 in taxes and fees. Super cheap. for one of the most luxurious experiences we've ever had. So that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was
And
nice.
that's only made possible because of the Points and Miles hobby.
That's probably why that was his favorite pick, because the Qatar one was a good deal, and
It was really great.
it was really nice.
It was really great. Okay, the next category we're going to look at is our favorite meal. There's a lot of contenders in this one. And I mean, we could say the Al Safwa Lounge, which
was
just
great.
we had these prawns, these chili lime prawns. We had
yes.
these Wagyu steak medallions.
Medallions. Oh,
they were great,
so
but typically when we talk about this category, we're talking about restaurants we've been in. So some of the ones, what are some of the ones that stand out to you as being contenders?
Well, we just recently ate at an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant in California when we were out visiting our kids, and oh my goodness, that was really good.
Yeah, I think it was like $30 a piece for all you can eat sushi. And I don't mean a bar.
It's not right. It was not buffet.
You order off the menu.
You order
and
off the
they bring
menu.
you full rolls.
And
it was unbelievable.
Amazing.
Dim sum,
absolutely
everything.
amazing. Yes, and then up there would definitely be that Thai food we had in Dubai.
Again, all you can eat, about $30
and I'm not
a
an all
piece.
you can eat person, but for some reason, both of these meals were so good.
So good.
That Thai restaurant was really good. We tried barbecue,
Korean
barbecue for the first time
we
this
cook
year.
at the table. It was really, really good. We had that in California also.
We had that as well.
We've had a couple Brazilian steakhouses.
Yeah,
like
always.
Gaucho. So good. I mean, we would eat that anytime if you have a big enough appetite to make it worth it.
On this Fort Lauderdale trip we were just on, we went to a Nicaragua restaurant. That was excellent.
I
So
mean,
we
yeah.
were loved it.
You had
we
steak
loved that.
medallions, and they were great. And
Yeah.
I had those bacon wrapped
Yes,
prawns.
yes.
Man, it was, and that whole bill was like $40. Sorry, I always talk about what it costs, but I'm the rewards master.
That's how we always am.
That's how I always am and always have been. So it was really good.
I would have to say, and I don't know if this is on your list, but I had one steak that I keep dreaming about is the one.
Florentine.
Oh, that wasn't even the one I was talking about, but that was so good too.
Yep.
We had a big steak Florentine when we were in Florence, and that
Huge.
was so
I mean,
good.
we didn't finish it all. It could have fed
It was
five
so
people.
big, and that was so good.
Tomahawk
we ate
steak.
some really good places in Rome this year. I was pleased. A lot better than our first trip. But no, Connor's in Huntsville.
Oh,
that steak. And it was just in Huntsville at the
Connor Steakhouse.
Yeah, the Condor
we went to a play
Steakhouse.
over
We
there, I
went
think.
and saw something over there,
Concert.
and that steak, I keep dreaming about it. We need to drive back over. It had the blue cheese and butter on it, and oh, it was so good.
Yeah,
That's not on your list, is it? I'm the one that keeps talking about that restaurant.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I had a good steak that night too.
I tend to always get a steak. He will get a steak sometimes, or like seafood or shrimp.
Yeah.
I like seafood and shrimp, but I tend to go for beef.
She likes the steak. I like the steak of the sea. I guess that's what it comes down to. But all right. Well, if you had to say one, I don't know. That's really hard for me. I think probably the Florentine steak for me.
I would probably have to say that too.
It was just such an experience.
It was an experience, and it was so good. But it was, yeah, I would say that too.
Awesome.
You definitely, if you were ever in Florence, you have to get a Florentine steak. It was
it's
really
just
good.
unbelievable. All right. What about airport lounges? We went into, in fact, I just finished filming a video. I always do a lounge recap every year. And in 2025, we went into 104 airport lounges. So that's even more than last year. And we went into over 100 last year as well. And so we went, I mean, how many? We went to 30 American lounges this year. We went into over.
We go into those a lot because they're
all the time.
convenient, they're good.
All the time. We went into about 20 Delta lounges, and one of those might be a contender. The one in JFK.
Yeah, that
you
was
loved
good.
that one that had the sky terrace outside.
Oh, we got to sit out and watch the planes go by. I did love that one. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of experiences that day because we had like a 9-hour layover. So we just decided we're going to go and do a lounge day. So what did we go to? 8 lounges that day?
Yes, and we just hopped from lounge to lounge. That
So-
was fun, but it was long.
Yeah, we went to the
long day.
Virgin Atlantic Lounge. Remember, it was a little dated, but it was kind of
Right.
neat. You had a menu.
It was
and
okay.
It was okay. We went to the Sapphire Lounge that day.
Yeah.
And then, my choice is the Air India Lounge.
It is not. He's
I did it to her
lying.
again.
He is
No.
lying.
That one was not. That was not great.
I didn't
and
even get any
some
food
Indian
there.
food is quite good, but that was just that was
Well,
not
and
a
it was
good.
small. It was crowded.
Oh, yeah.
And it was not good.
It's just not good. But when it comes to the lounges, I just, what are some of the really nice ones we went to? I think the one that stands out is the Lufthansa Lounge in Frankfurt. Remember when we met those folks and we were videoing and all that?
Yes, that
there were
was
some
nice.
Points of Miles enthusiasts
Yes.
there. We had a great conversation. That was a great lounge. That lounge before we flew out in Dubai, where remember it took us up above and they had a separate room for the first class passengers and all that
That was
we got to
nice.
stay in. That was really nice. But there's just, I think we're going to vote the same thing. There's no comparison because we went to the best lounge in the world.
Here's good lounge, great lounge, and then here is this one. It is uncomparable.
Uncomparable. I mean, the waterfalls inside, the service, the maitre d's, the spa, the food and the meal and the chefs. There's 8 chefs in the kitchen working on your food.
And you could even go into another part of the area of the place and get food that's more of a kind of pick up and go. I mean,
it's just so much.
Yes.
And there was a sushi bar in there too,
That's
remember?
right. Mm-hmm.
And so that's the Al Safwa Lounge, the first class lounge in Doha for Qatar.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
They even had a family area, which that doesn't go for us anymore, but it was nice where you'd have a section where you can go and the kids had games and things to do. And it was also kind of separated. So sound, when you go in this lounge, it's just very calming.
Oh, it's
very
amazing.
Quiet. And I loved how they had the family area aside. So that way, they're a place, because it would be hard to be making your kid just stay quiet the whole time. So that was really nice.
And if you
too.
want to shop, they got their own,
Yes, they have their own
duty-free store right
shop.
there in it.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Well, and just kind of the points of miles trick on that. If you fly in business class through Doha to any place in the Middle East, the last or the first, depending on if you're coming from or going to, ticket, the little short hop ticket is going to most likely be ticketed as a first class ticket. That means you can get into that lounge. But the business class lounge there is amazing.
Yes, we ended
too.
up taking a few minutes and going over to the business class lounge, and that's where they had that forest or that green
unbelievable
area.
Very nice. Not the first class lounge, but still probably if we hadn't been in that one, that would have been the best lounge of the year.
And we would have
us.
loved it too.
And we would have loved it.
And that was pretty, and I think it was important for them there because their culture or their land and all of that stuff is all the sand and all the heat. So to have green and greenery and stuff, it was really nice.
It was really nice. So our last category is excursions. So we always go and try to do special things in places we go. And we didn't do quite as many this year as we usually do. But I know in Rome, we took we of course went to the Colosseum, and I was leading those tours. So we weren't really excursions. We just kind of bought tickets. But we went to the Vatican.
Yeah.
Right. And we went to the
Coliseum
and the Pantheon and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
we went to Pompeii and to the tour there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Pompeii tour was great. The Amalfi Coast, that was really. We took the train to Florence one day, so all of that was really good. And then in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, really we didn't do any in Dubai. We just kind of adventured on our own. It was basically a mall tour because what people like to do there is go to the mall.
It's like
they have
an
like
event.
the 3 largest malls in the world.
It was crazy.
It's crazy.
It was crazy. We did go to the Future Museum, the Futurist Museum.
Yeah, we went to the Museum of the Future, and we also, but in Abu Dhabi, we went to the Grand Mosque, which was unbelievable.
Unreal.
And then we went to 2 amusement parks, Ferrari World and Warner Brothers World. What an experience that was. And then in Berlin, we went on the German tour where they talked about World War II and all the terrible atrocities and all of that. So
very, very good.
Very interesting, especially from a history perspective. Well, what would you pick? Of all those excursions, what was your favorite?
Oh, probably the Grand Mosque.
Yeah, that was
really liked
beautiful.
it. I really thought it was
Even though you had to dress up for it.
I did. And I got turned away. I had to go buy something.
Yeah. But what was it, $10?
Yeah, $10 or $15.
I think the outfit was like $10, no big deal. But for me,
I mean, let me rephrase that. Obviously everything in Rome. But we had already done that stuff before because we had went on our own, and then this time we're taking a group. So I enjoyed it, but it wasn't new. So
yeah, for me there are three things that are in the running. So the Third Reich tour was really interesting in Germany as a history guy. Of course, all the Rome stuff we've done before, but Pompeii we had not done before. That was unbelievable.
Really good. It was
But
really good.
I have to. I choose Ferrari.
Not me.
I do. I love cars. I love sports cars.
Yeah.
I've had sports cars, never a Ferrari, but I've had sports cars. I love them. But I love no lines.
He did.
And there were no lines.
You'll have to go back and look at my
unbelievable.
video on it.
Oh, yeah, on her channel, Wagon Travels.
Literally, you have hallways, not a single person but us. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's kind of a recap of our year in 2025. It was a great travel year.
Absolutely.
We had a great time.
Absolutely.
And this is a great, I mean, points and miles help you when you're raising your family. But when you get to our age in the golden triangle of life, we're just getting closer and closer, having a great time together, enjoying our points and miles. Her more than me because she loves to spend my points and miles. But if you'd like to see some of this, we have some reviews here on my channel at Rewards Master of some of the flights and the lounges. Over at her channel at Away Again Travel with Nona and Bop, we have like some of the hotels and just some of the cities and excursions, and we have reviews of those. So check those out if you will.
Please.
Thank you for joining us today. We just are so appreciative of everybody in this hobby and everybody who supports this channel. So thank you so much. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we will see you here next time.